very important, especially at this stage of the season. You know, at the end of the season, you need to win games, and against this team that, for me, once again, they show the reason why they are so good. They won the Premier League. They force us to defend deep, something that we don't like, something that we don't plan. But because they are good, sometimes you have to do that, and the players, they deal very well.
So I was going to ask, that was going to be my next question anyway, like how did you do it today? I wondered if it was deliberate to sort of soak up a bit of pressure and attack quickly, but it sounds like not.
No, we plan the game, trying to be always aggressive, in the opposite side, playing the way we want, but sometimes the opposite is there and they force you to with a different plan. So I think we adapt quite well. The player deal with that very good, and at the end I think for the amount of chances that we create, we deserve to win the game.
Do you think you were able to give them big problems with Cole Palmer's position? He was massively influential in every single goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Cole, he will be better and better. This kind of moment in his journey in the future will be for sure better and better player.
Did he look like his old self today again, Cole?
I think it was good for Cole. It was good for even for Nico score again, for all of them.
Do you think we saw it's easy to look at it and think you got Liverpool at a good time. They just won the league, but do you think we saw a very good Liverpool team? You beat Liverpool at something close to their best, maybe.
I said already, we didn't plan the game to wait and to defend deep. But because they are so good, they have quality, they are aggressive, they are strong, they are quality player, so they force us to defend deep, and they show how good they are. So for me, once again today, they show the reason why they won the Premier League is because they are top side.
So how impressed are you with your players in the last few weeks, actually? Because it looked a bit, maybe just from the outside, but it looked like it might be slipping away. 1-0 down at Fulham, you won that game, you won again last week, and you're beating the champions today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm very impressed with the players since we start, to be honest, because it's not easy to since day one to try to play in different way, to try to be aggressive, go man to man, no matter what. They are doing very good. Now from outside, I can understand that if we finish top 5, everyone is thinking that they have done fantastic. In case they are not doing that well, but for me, I'm impressed with all of them.
I know this is something you've been asked again and again, but do you think it is vitally important that you get top 5? I know you sort of said it's been a good season anyway, but maybe just with the recent history and the culture of this club, it's a club that wins. So to finish outside the Champions League feels like it would be a bigger disappointment for you than it would be for some of the other clubs around you.
For sure, Chelsea has to fight for Champions League, and hopefully in the future we can fight for something more important. In this moment we are there, and hopefully we can finish there.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Very well as a team. You know, they're the champions for a reason, but I thought we were showing desire, good fight, and yeah, I think we hurt them at times.
Moises, with Champions League qualification kind of on a knife edge, big moments in the season with a lot of pressure, how well did Chelsea deal with that?
Yeah, I think we did well. The team showed character outside, you know. Yeah, we are happy we win this game.
And pleased to help Cole out by winning the penalty?
Yeah, he deserves, you know. He's working hard to get goals, you know. And now was his opportunity and he scored. I'm so happy for him.
So Cole, you have been working hard to get goals. So how did you feel stood over the penalty? Cool as ever?
Yeah, I just felt normal. Obviously, shit happens. I know it's gonna. Sorry for language. Like stuff, it happens. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I went 3 months without scoring, but you know, it just gives me more motivation and more fight to do well, not just for myself but for my team. Like, you know yourself, social media nowadays is just full of idiots, basically. You know what I mean? Like the trolls and that or whatever. So I don't pay no attention to that, but. To score today, I'm happy, but you know it's only one, and I've got to keep improving and trying to reach new levels.
So to summarise that, it sounds like it has been a tough couple of months.
Well, for anyone.
No, it's fine. No, absolutely understand. Absolutely understand.
Getting chances, you're not scoring. It's just obviously it's gonna because you're letting your team down at the end of the day. Personally, I feel.
Is that how you felt?
I feel like I'm mentally strong anyway, so. Whatever people say don't bother me. I've had it all my life growing up, so I don't really care. But obviously I feel pride in helping the team, and if I'm not doing that, it makes me I'm not happy.
So even before the goal today, you must have felt like you'd really helped your team? You looked like you enjoyed it. You had a big influence on the game.
No, yeah, today I felt like myself. I have been before the recent times. I felt confident. I was trying things, first time passes, playing forward, not just playing free. And when you got him next to you, it's a dream, really.
Good one. I mean, it's you guys in attacking areas that get a lot of the credit. How good is he?
Wow, machine. Obviously, from the start of the season to now, I think he's been our best player. Yeah, he's a machine. Wins everything back. Always 100% every day. Humble, nice to everyone, and yeah, everyone loves him.
Yeah. Do you want to repay the compliment, Moises? Because this guy, good players have tough moments, and Cole's maybe had one, but there's no doubt in the quality, is there?
No, Cole, he's an amazing guy. Always trying hard also. Yeah, I'm so happy for him. He helped us a lot, even when he didn't score. He helped us. Yeah, he's a great guy, and he deserves everything.
Okay, so Cole Palmer back in the goals, also player of the match. But I'm not sure you actually agree with that, do you?
Well, I mean, I'll take it.
I thought you were handing it over to Moyes. No, Cole Palmer is the player of the match. Well played.
Congrats, bro.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Cole Palmer there. We have to apologise again for the swearing, but interesting that it came in part of that really emotional answer from him, which I think, Daniel, might be one of the first times that we've seen him look like more than not bothered about everything. He always seems so cool.
I really appreciate how much he cares, and of course, he may be somebody who I feel when he does interviews, he's quite open about how he feels, and you can see how much pride he takes in performing to the level in his mind that he thinks he can reach. I think it's not so much about what everybody else thinks, it's more about him knowing, okay, I've missed chances, like he said, and it's when you set your standards high and you want to reach a certain level in your brain and you're not getting there, it hurts deep inside. I've been there. I'm sure the two gentlemen next to me have been through it as well. And when you play this game at a big club like Chelsea, of course there's going to be critics, in the fan base, outside noise, whatever it may be. But what I really liked about him is that he said he doesn't care about it. And of course, it might slip through the cracks because you want to avoid it as a player and you don't look on social media and you avoid that stuff. But in the end, there's other people that might be sending you a little one-liner here or there, and you're thinking, I don't want to see any of this stuff because I'm concentrating on me being the best I can possibly be. And he's very proud. You can see he's very proud with that. And you could see his teammates afterwards as well, how happy they were for him because they understand how hard he works behind the scenes. So I can't wait to see where he takes it, in terms of his abilities, because he's an unbelievable football player. And all the top players in the world have gone through difficult periods in their career. So what he's doing now, I can't wait to see where he takes it.
They have all gone through difficult periods, but not necessarily in this moment, which, as he talked about, is not helped at all by everything that goes on social media. And you talked a little bit about how that could filter through to him, even if he's staying off social media. But I want to ask you about this with, due age respect to Roy and to Jamie, because you are such a big presence on social media. How do you get that balance between staying in touch, using it for all the good that it can bring, and managing to kind of filter out the people who don't matter? Because a lot of people just go around trolling everybody, and so their opinion doesn't count. But that's a different thing to deal with logically than it is emotionally.
It's hard to navigate. For me, I was somebody who didn't look at the comments, because I feel like it's important to understand that you've got a core group of people that you have a lot of respect for and a lot of love for, but then also by the same token, you love the fans and you respect the fans and you want their adulation. But at the end of the day, not everybody's going to be kind. It's the nature of the world, and that's what the trolls are out there to do, getting a kick out of a reaction potentially. And I think for players, it's about saying blocking out the noise generally does mean not engaging in the comments and just trying to stay level, not getting too high. When you play well, of course you're going to get 1,000 text messages and 1,000 posts are going to be about you, and everyone's going to love you. And then by the same token, when you didn't perform well, and when other people know you didn't perform well, you're going to get hit with stuff and then you're going to shy away from it. So stay level, don't pay too much attention to the comments or anything, and just focus on what matters most, which is playing football.
The one thing that hasn't changed, though, is the personality and the resilience to be able to come back from a difficult period, regardless of where that criticism is coming from. How impressed are you with the performance that Cole Palmer has managed to put in at the end of a difficult time?
I think as experts, we all realise that form is temporary and class is permanent. I know it's a saying, but it's a fact with someone like him, because he's too good a player for it to affect him over that longer period. And sooner or later, his form was going to come back. And you could just see it today. It was oozing out of him. This little one here, when he puts the handbrake on, then lovely bit of movement. And that was in 3 minutes into the game. And sometimes you get a good feeling for that so early into it. Everything was coming off for him. He played with real freedom. He was enjoying his game. His passing was good. He said he played a lot of good one-touch passes. He's helping his team, winning the ball back. They're the aspects, and that sometimes when things aren't going right for you, that's what you've got to do. You've got to go, right, let me be a different player today. Let me work hard for the team, and then things will then come off the back of it. And he always looks to play this pass here. Loved it. And that wasn't that one, it was another one. But no, this is the one. That first time one, beautiful in beside, behind Tsimikas. That little touch there. Everything he did was just effortless today, and it was a real joy, I felt, Roy.
Do you know what? It's just that football intelligence he's got. He obviously needs runners there. We've seen some of his passing. You need people running off the ball for him. But his decision making, many years ago, a great manager said you judge a player when he's got time in the ball, and his decision making, pace of pass, type of pass, when to go short, when to go long. This was brilliant play again, and again he's got that bit of acceleration, and obviously stop, go, bits at the end, that quality, and he's a tough kid. You don't get to this stage without having setbacks or dealing with disappointments. Remember, he left a brilliant Man City team. That shows how tough he is to come down to London to make his own way, because he wanted to play week in, week out. He's having a bit of a laugh there, and it's good to see young lads having a bit of enjoyment, of course. But they're under pressure. Nobody likes to be criticised. But again, he's one of these players you'd pay to come and watch him. He's that good, and his football intelligence, absolutely amazing. Brilliant to watch live.
And it's different now. It's just totally... When Roy and I played, the stick you would get would be from a newspaper column, or it would be maybe a phone-in on the way home. And you'd listen, and maybe, some people saying how good you were, other people maybe criticising you. Whereas now what we've done is we've given people a window into your life by getting a phone, by getting social media. And when it's good, and you've played well, or you've done something great, you can't wait to read it. But there's that one comment that can cut you to the core if you're maybe just that kind of person. A lot of players, maybe they get their agents to do it or whatever. But I think what he said there was a great example to all young players. You just have to be so careful, because you're letting poison into your life. You're letting people beyond social media and just abuse you. So it's not always healthy, because I don't care how mentally strong you are, they could just say one thing that could just affect you, and it's totally different to say, and it's not just maybe your football, it's how you look, it's what you do. And I think that players have to be so careful on it. It's great to give them a bit of an example of how you live your life and a day-to-day, and that's fantastic. But the other side of it, when people have the ability to just abuse you whenever they want, that's not healthy for anyone, because it's already hard enough being a professional footballer. The pressure that comes with it. The best thing you can do a lot of time is just turn it off and just get on with being a footballer. That's how I see it anyway.
No, and as both Jamie and Roy have said, Daniel, the ability was always there, and that's maybe why, when he's been criticised for games and performances by pundits, there's never been a suggestion that his early season form would have been a flash in the pan or anything out of the ordinary. There was always a belief, certainly from people who've played the game, that he was going to come back to this kind of form.
Yeah, I mean, he's a top player. Last season was proof of that. And I think there's been a positional change. He was playing on the right last season. He's come into the attacking midfield area this year. Probably when you're playing in that position, I've played wide and understand the freedom you get when you're out there. You're probably facing the player a little bit more and you 1v1. Now he's in picking up different positions on the football pitch, so in turn it sometimes is more difficult with your back to play and having to actually help the team progress the ball forward, and you're not so much in those threatening positions that he was in last season, which is in and around the edge of the box. So I think this season, because of the slight positional change, it's harder to impact the game. So I do applaud him as well for actually having the capability, technically, tactically, to be able to say, you know what, I'm in a different position this year, and it took him a little bit of time to get his rhythm, but now you're seeing what he's capable of doing in that position as well, which is a beautiful thing to see. As I said, I really love his style. I love how he approaches football. He's a joy to watch, and long may it continue for him.
And what he has done, when you watch players there who he sets his standards so high, so his difficult spell is still amazing. But what he has as a football, he's got great courage, because we're watching there. He's making angles, he's wanting the ball, and if this is from a player who's having a difficult spell, then I take my hat off to him, because the key is, for being a footballer and you're playing for a big club and there's big expectation, is the courage to want the ball, even when deep down sometimes you mightn't want it in tight areas. He's got that courage, and I take my hat off to him.
Football needs him. It needs players like him. In a day and age where the game has got a little bit robotic, where players will keep it simple, you don't see too many players, too many mavericks, if you like, that we saw throughout many years. It needs someone like Cole Palmer that just does things differently. When he gets it, it's just like time stands still. And I think he's a joy, and we need him, doing what he's doing.
And the hardest part of football, is making things happen. It's all right stopping players, but football's a class as entertainers, and he's an entertainer. We've got to appreciate him.